Welcome to Antalya and the final block on the opening day of this year's Antalya Grand Slam. Antalya is a popular Turkish resort city with a yacht-filled old harbour and beaches flanked by large hotels. It's often referred to as the gateway to Turkey's southern Mediterranean region and known as the turquoise coast for its blue waters. Remnants remain from Antalya's time as a major port. These include Hadrian's Gate and the Hideric Tower. We're, however, here for not for the sightseeing, but rather to bring you all the action from the final block on day one of competition. And we're going to begin with the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 48 kilo category. This features Mireia La Puerta Comas of Spain. She'll be up against Melanie Leglue-Clement of France. It'll be La Puerta in the white judogi, Leglue-Clement in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is John Ramekers of the Netherlands, and providing summary and expert analysis is world and Olympic medalist Annette Böhm. Good evening, Annette.
Good evening to you, Sheldon, and good evening to you, everybody at home. So, we are underway now in that final block. In this category, under 48 kilos, we had 30 competitors. And I want to have a quick look into the draw, how they did, the two fighters here. Melanie Clement-Leglue in white and blue, and Milica Nikolic in La Puerta, beg your pardon, in white. And I want to have a look against whom they fought before. And we start with the Spanish fighter, La Puerta Gomez. So she won his her rapid charge contest, and now is here for the bronze medal. But before, she lost her pool final against Milica Nikolic of Serbia. That's why that put her into the rapid charge. And her opponent, the French fighter Leglue-Clement, she lost her semi-final against the Mongolian Bavudorj. We're going to see later. And she came directly here to that position with possibilities for the bronze medal.
Okay, so one loss each has put them in, still with a chance to come up with a medal. An opportunity here for Leglue-Clement to work with what initially looked like working on the arm. She changed it to work on the shimiwaza.
Yeah, and that's the thing I really like, as long as we're going to see something, a process. So they have the possibility to work and continue on the ground. That gives you also the time for a technique.
Managed to keep the French fighter off from coming up with either the Kansetsu-waza or the shimiwaza. Good defense on the ground from the Spaniard then. To go over left-sided, not entirely sure that she is left-handed, but she wanted the big left arm over the top.
Yes, and that gives you control, because then you control also the head, and you can lead that direction and you want to go. But for that you need the head, include the head.
Leglue-Clement just guilty of guarding that right side, taking the jacket away, pulling the jacket away with her own arm and hiding it, if you like, from her opponent. And for that, she picked up the Judo. Half the contest gone already. It's gone really quickly without a great deal having happened yet. Both fighters still battling for grips.
Now she tried to attack there at the outside, left side, yeah. La Puerta Gomez, chances there.
Almost came up with the Makikomi. Again, it's Leglue-Clement working away on the ground, but again, just kept out by La Puerta.
It was a good defense this time from the Spaniard. So she kept everything under control, no way to turn her on the ground. Second penalty now already for Leglue. Ooh!
That was huge, but did she bring her down onto her own body or onto the back? That was massive. Uranagi, maybe? What do you think?
Yeah, that was a really huge counter-attack. And you can see the pressure every fighter have, and when it comes to an end, how happy you are. you really could see it in the face from the Spanish fighter, Mireia Luberta Gomes.
I'm not going to say it was against the run of play because there hadn't been a lot going on. I was just saying that there wasn't a great deal happening. And all of a sudden, she pulled that out of the bag. Maybe Melanie Legout Clement was a little bit too loose in the attack, not strong enough, and La Puerta took advantage of it, possibly in a bad position. We'll have a look when we get to see the replay, but whatever it was that led to it, she was just, it gave her back sideways on, bad position, and here was the opportunity.
She turned really good, and then you could also see that she got a good control with both hands on the judogi, turned her, controlled her. Yeah.
Even got a chance for a break fall in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. Minute 30 was left on the clock. Once that arm went round the waist, good use of the hips as well. Got just below her for that lift. And over she went.
Can't believe it. A really happy fighter.
Yeah, pleased for her. She's not had the best of luck, but in there, really worked. Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 48 kilo category. Mary D. Vargasley of Chile goes up against Milica Nikolic of Serbia. It'll be Vargasley in the white judogi, Nikolic in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania. Annette.
Yes, I also have a quick look at that two fighters. It is Vargasley who is coming directly from the rapid charge contest, winning against the Turkish Ersin. And let's have a look at the main round. Vargasley, she lost her pool final against Melanie Legout Clement. We have just seen the French fighter. And her opponent, Milica Nikolic, we also mentioned her a little bit earlier. She lost her semi-final against the Mongolian Ganbata Narantsetsek.
We'll see.
Long day.
Yeah, we'll see Ganbata in the final. But before we get there, we're going to deal with the second bronze medal contest. Nikolic strode to the tatami with some degree of purpose written all over her face. Let's see if she can keep that up. She's so many times just fallen at this particular hurdle, having done all the hard work during the day, then ended up with a fifth place. And I promised myself that I'd look, just out of interest to see how many fifth place finishes she'd had in, on the IJF World Tour. Well, I shall do that right now. Fifth place at the Tel Aviv Grand Slam, fifth place at Paris Grand Slam, fifth place in Dusseldorf, Tel Aviv again in 2020, European Games in Minsk. These are all fifth places.
Yes.
Guangzhou Masters.
And that fifth place is sometimes high, what you have had almost reached.
Osaikomi
here, yes.
And she's done this earlier during the day.
Yeah.
And without her opponents being able to move, that is so tight as well. Once that arm is trapped in there, a lot of pressure up in that shoulder.
Really good control.
Neck area,
Impossible to turn. And this time.
This time, no fifth place.
Yes.
She takes the bronze medal.
Yes, a big
but then
smile.
I could go down the list of bronze medals as well that she's got. Well, a fifth place finish for Mary D. Vargasley of Chile. That's a good effort from the youngster Vargasley, but it is Milica Nikolic of Serbia who takes the bronze medal. Happy days.
And that's the
for
thing.
her.
That's the thing with the fifth place. You can be also in the semi-final, and then you lost that semi-final. You almost have been in the final, But then, for some reason you lost that semi-final, and in the end you lost the bronze medal contest. It's so close together.
7 bronze medals at Grand Slams, not just on the IJF World Tour with Grand Prix, but 7 bronze medals in Grand Slams. Only 4 fifth places. I was going through them, but I'd found them all. 3 silvers, never been in a Grand Slam final, but I don't think she's going to be too upset today. She's come away with the bronze medal. And it's a second win in there, and she did tap out again. That's the second one that we've seen today.
Really well done, yeah. This technique, how she worked that out. Absolutely control, 100%. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, why not? Big smile.
Yeah.
For Milica Nikolic, one of 2 Serbian fighters who are in the weight category.
Yeah.
We come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Ganbata Narantsetseg of Mongolia goes up against teammate Bavudoj Basanku. It'll be Ganbata in the white judogi, Bavudoj in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain, and I wouldn't worry too much about the head-to-head between Ganbata and Bavudoj that we can see here. The likelihood is that they've gone up against each other quite a few more times, but at home in Mongolia.
Yes, and this is always a special fight to fight against your teammate. And let's have a quick look. Ganbata, she was coming from Pool A, where the number 1 seed was Katerina Costa. She lost earlier to Asak, a Turkish fighter. She lost then against Ganbata. And Bavudoj from Pool C. Yeah.
Looks as though she's just
she takes
gone
her
out
time.
for a walk.
Yes. For sure, she's absolutely concentrated. But these are the similar styles of fighters, you know. Somebody is running, the one is running, the other one takes his time.
Bavudoj,
for sure.
Is the one who's got that bit more energy and punchy feel about her. Ganbata just strolled out there like,
The most important is what happens now.
Exactly. we shall see as it unfolds now. This is the first of our 5 finals tonight, the under 48 kilo category. You're just breaking up the grip immediately away without taking a positive. You need to hold on to one.
You
can't
to
just
hold it.
break with both hands and then have no contact at all.
Yeah. Strong grip.
On the left arm on the belt from Ganbata. Just want to see how long they hold on to that for. As long as they're positive and they're looking to, when I say looking to throw, they're actually in the process of attempting to throw. That's one thing.
Yes.
But you can't hold on for too long and just set it up and hold on to it for too long. Yeah.
The Mongolians are always well known as really upright, strong fighters, not afraid if you come close to their hip, and that makes it always really exciting to see their judo and their judo style. It is right against right side, who got a better control with the right arm, actually, to keep focus there, or keep control on the head, on your opponent's head. So the best grip is on the back or high at the collar. Or you surprise with an entry on the other side, if they can surprise each other. Second penalty now for Bavudoj.
Got to be a little bit careful now.
Defensive. A little bit too much defensive. Bavudoj. It's always to find a good balance between taking no risk, but take enough risk to finish it successfully.
It's the turn of Bavudoj to work on the belt. Couldn't get across Wanted to get that left leg a little bit further across. Maybe she also felt the possibility of getting countered. Wants to get the left hand on.
Still a little bit calm, but none of them wants to make a mistake. And very often when we have fights with fighters from the same country, it is like that. They still really want to and try, but they also know each other so well, and that makes it so difficult.
Batar can feel that little bit more comfortable with a minute 20 on the clock as she sees 2 penalties against her opponent, just 1 to her. A single slip now by Bavudorj would be the end of it. Can't afford a 3rd penalty. Just got the feeling that it's Bavudorj who's doing the searching, doing the looking.
Yes, she
here.
is stepping forward. She wants to go forward, and she knows that she already collected 2 Shidos.
Try that low left-sided Ippon Tsuragi. A little bit too far away. Need to be deeper to really threaten your opponent. Batar felt that one coming and was able to block it fairly easily. Half a minute left to go.
Jumped in Ouchigari attempt. I like that.
Yeah, give her a couple of looks, different things.
Yeah.
Same direction, but at least give us something else to think about.
Yeah, and come up with a surprise.
Batar now joins Bavudorj on 2 penalties. Not the most attractive scoreboard that we've seen today. 4 penalties in total.
But as we figured it out, it is really difficult against a teammate. It is really difficult. But the second penalty, I'm sure, psychological, for a short moment, would have been an advantage for Bavudorj. But she couldn't use it, and it was just too defensive, right?
Yeah, not the way that either of the athletes would have wanted it to end. You know, you're battling away for a gold medal at a Grand Slam, especially Bavudorj, who, you know, showed a little bit, but then she picked up 3 penalties, just too many errors in there. And now we see a little bit of excitement from Batar. Well, they are both making their way up that ladder, and they come on the back of some pretty strong athletes in that weight category for Mongolia. They've had some useful athletes in that weight category.
Yeah.
But it's Batar Naransetsig who takes the gold medal. Well, that's the first of the weight categories out of the way. They look fairly happy, don't they? Why not? We've got 4 more weight categories to bring you. We're going to have the men's under 60 kilo category coming up next. And the first of the bronze medal contests features Rodrigo Costa Lopes of Portugal. He goes up against Francisco Garrigos of Spain. It'll be Lopes in the white judogi, Garrigos in blue. World ranking numbers are up there for you. 38 against 9. The referee in the middle for this one is Val van Nester of Belgium. There's Annette.
Yes, and if I have a look to the draw sheet in the under 60 kilo category, today we had 35 athletes. Lopes, the Portuguese fighter, is coming from an unseeded place. His opponent here, Francisco Garrigos, the Spanish fighter, was seeded as number 2 in this tournament. Lost his a semi-final against the Georgian Lukumi Turkmenyani, and here Lopes, we're gonna see the Portuguese fighter, lost his pool final against Jabba Papinashvili. So both of them lost against a Georgian fighter. Turkmenyani is in the final, and Papinashvili, our Georgian is fighting in the other bronze medal
We'll see
contest.
him. We'll see him shortly.
Yeah.
Just a little bit taller, Lopez, than Garrigos. Although Garrigos is not one of the tallest in the weight category.
But I must say, even the fight before, Lopez had already a repechage contest after his lose against Papinashvili. He was fighting against an Italian, Pantano. It was really the same. I think the Portuguese fighter is maybe a little bit taller when you compare him to the other ones in that category.
Well, Pantano, oddly enough, is particularly short, so that might be...
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrigos is a little bit taller, but
Yeah.
Lopez, I don't think he's really the tallest. I don't know if you remember Ruben Hokus of the Netherlands. He was exceptionally tall for the weight category, and I also thought that Ludwig Pescher was, maybe slim and, tall enough for 60.
Yeah.
That kind of height, but Garrigos is below that.
Yeah.
And Pantano is definitely below that. So I'm not surprised that would have looked a little bit odd. And there's another one who's just breaking off the grip. Well, the penalty he was given was for hiding the gi, but really he just broke that grip off. And they're going to have to get a little bit clever in dealing with this. It's been very good during the day.
Absolutely,
by the way.
yes.
And I've noticed that the athletes are much, much better at working the grips and keeping one and staying positive, as opposed to the old-fashioned, just breaking up and moving away, breaking up and starting again. And like here, they would have broken that grip up 2 or 3 times. Nice effort with the Yoko Tomoyanagi.
And that makes it really attractive. That makes it attractive. And you saw Garrigos no argues about the decision. He knew it. And he knew, okay, and continued.
Yeah,
And,
he knows the rule.
I like that, that it is much more attractive. Yeah.
That was the action. He gets the hand down,
Yeah.
which helps him just to stop the turn.
Yeah.
Lopez picks up the penalty.
Half the contest is almost gone.
Gone now.
Yeah, yeah. And again, every time from the beginning, fighting for a good grip, and then come up with an attack. Lopez is very tall, we mentioned it, so if you once broke the distance or came close to him, then I think you really can get underneath him. He got long legs, get underneath him with a big attack and break the balance.
Lopez played into the hands of Garrigos there. He knew that the hand was trapped on one side. You have to get that out.
Yeah.
And of course Garrigos was holding it there with his head, trying to keep it on one side for as long as possible. But you've got to be a bit more clever than that. You've got to be able to get your hand out. He's picked up a second penalty. A little over a minute left to go. Thinking about the left arm around the back, but it's Lopez who comes in with the attack. He misses.
Yes, and it looked really promising, the beginning. He had the head, including from Garrigos. Just in the end, he let go and broke up. So we are now already in the last minute. 2 penalties already for Lopez. 1 for Garrigos. Both trying the last attack from the Portuguese fighter. He really puts pressure with his right arm there on the back, Lopez, but can't use it for an execution, for a big attack.
He's put in the better attacks so far, the Portuguese. Garrigos just a little bit behind on attacks for me. He's had
the first big attack he had, but But now maybe with a chance, we'll see.
Well,
the action was starting. Ooh. So he choked him.
Or had an arm lock on. Could have had the Udigarami.
Garami, yes. Yes. So that was really great, the way he worked it out.
I want to have a look at the timing there of the Osakami because it was out. I mean, clearly called Osakami after the bell had gone.
Yeah.
But I don't think... But the shimiwaza was the shimmy. He tapped from the shimiwaza, so we can see that now. And now they're going to cancel the ippon. It also removes the opportunity for the osaikomi.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're going to have to hope here that Garrigos comes out on top because he's going to feel really hard done by him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we may not have to tackle that subject. Let's give Garrigos the benefit of the doubt that not only did he strangle him into submission, but he had him an osaikomi, both of which have disappeared.
Yeah.
Lopez is a cat with 9 lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's already used 2 of them. So we shall see. I wonder if that's done something for him, psychologically, having effectively lost twice. And you think, well, I might as well just give it a go now.
Yeah.
Garrigos, on the other hand, maybe thinking, it's got to be my day, hasn't it? Just one more. He got a knock in the eye, I think, and just needed a moment to gather himself. Here comes Garrigos again, searching for an opening.
Close to the edge. Almost a minute is gone. Oh, he lost his grip. That does not look so attractive. I mean, he felt maybe some pressure and then it was the right thing, but similar situation to, no, this time not, to before. Yeah, better really to keep that grip, not to break it up.
Yeah, and I think what happened was rather than give... They wanted to give him the chance for the osaikomi, but there was a false attack before. So rather than call a mate and give the Shido immediately for the false attack, they let Garrigos continue, see if there was going to be an osaikomi. Wasn't happening because the leg was wrapped up, so they said, okay, we'll call for the third Shido, and it's Garrigos who ends up with that bronze medal. And he probably beat him 3 times in that contest. But there was a little bit in there for Lopez. I thought I saw a few nice things from him. But Garrigos, in the end, had the beating of him. Right, the first of the bronze medals goes to Spain in the under 60 kilo category. We got a second bronze medal contest coming up. Give Garrigos a bit of time to celebrate.
We know him for a long time, since the Junior World Championships that he won 2014.
Second of the bronze medal contest features Dilshodbek Baratov of Uzbekistan. He goes up against Jabba Papinashvili of Georgia. It's Baratov in the white judogi, Papinashvili in blue. A huge gap between the two. 101 on the world ranking list goes up against number 22. The referee in the middle for this one is Fari Seo of Senegal.
Right, and the 2 fighters, let's have a quick look at them. Baratov is coming from the rapid charge contest, a win against the Greek Kara Kitsidi, and before Baratov lost against Garrigos, so it's all connected somehow in the pool final. So there he lost against the Spanish fighter. And let's have a look at the Georgian, Papinashvili. Papinashvili was seeded today as number 4 and then lost his semi-final against the number 1 from Chinese Taipei. We're going to see later, Yang Zhongwei. Yes, and after that loss, he came straight to that bronze place for the bronze medal.
I did ask some while ago if Jabba was related to Amiran Papinashvili, but apparently not. He's got to be careful on the edge here. Baratov keen to keep his opponent in a difficult situation. Slightly awkward looking effort and an awkward looking landing as well, but it was Papinashvili who attacked and then almost ended up.
The thing is not to get under pressure anyway at the edge of the mat. You always have to take care where you are, what your position is, and early react, not to get under pressure.
Well, I think one of the things that has been highlighted recently is the use of the head in any throwing technique. So on any occasion when the head is used, Papinashvili has not batted an eyelid. He knew once he'd gone on his head there that he was going to end up with the Hansokumake.
Yes. Because it's just too dangerous.
Yeah, and it was clarified by the head referee the other day when he said any use of the head during a throwing technique, right, will be, given Hansokumake. And he also asked, are you able to identify any judo waza that uses the head during the throwing technique? And the answer to that is quite clearly
yes.
No. And for those of you watching at home, who might say he doesn't intend to do it. No, he doesn't. And if he does the technique properly, then it won't happen.
Yep.
So it's
Absolutely.
the improper execution of a technique that becomes dangerous, for which he has been given Hansokumake. It's unfortunate, but that can happen sometimes, and it's there for us to try and encourage proper execution of techniques and to avoid accidents.
And I must also say that Baratov, the Uzbek fighters, he's a great fighter. I've seen really great judo from him today. I like to follow him today. Yeah, he showed a great judo. So he really deserves it. So I'm very happy for him. Had a great day today.
Maybe happy with his medal then. Well, we come now to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Yang Yongwei of Chinese Taipei goes up against Lukhumi Chukvimiani of Georgia. It'll be Yang in the white judogi, Chukvimiani in blue. That's how they got to this final. And the referee in the middle for this one is Olivier Deros of France.
Yes, and he will have the two fighters, the number 1 seed against the number 3 seed. So Yang is the number 1 seed, and the Georgian here is the number 3 seed.
Yes, it's gone according to plan then. Well, not quite to plan, because it should have been the number 2 seed, but
yes.
he got sorted out. Close, it's gone close.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. He must be the most successful athlete from Chinese Taipei, judoka. Right up there.
He's the number 1 in the world. Olympic silver medalist. Yep.
Yes, that's an amazing achievement.
Yeah.
Got his hands full here, though, with Lufumi Chukwuemeka. Yang lost in the Olympic final to Takato Naohisa of Japan. The Japanese winning the Olympic under 60 kilo category for the first time since 2004, when the legend Nomura Tadahiro
Yeah.
won the third of his gold medals.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
It's possibly one of the longest runs without a gold medal. I think the 90 kilos also gave them
Well, both
some
had
problems.
both had a pleasure in Tokyo. Also, Lufumi Chukwuemeka earlier on.
Losing out, yeah.
Yes.
Chukwuemeka single Shido on the board. Yeah, that was untidy work.
Just a little bit too much.
From
Yeah.
Chukwuemeka, and it seemed to have spurred Yang on, you know, taking a
Yeah.
blow to the mouth.
Yeah. He kept very upright.
Yeah.
Followed his plan. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, for me, it was Chukwuemeka who just broke away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like what was going on. Gets away with it. He's uncomfortable with that right hand, I think.
Yes, and that right hand really got a good, gives Yang a good control. Oh yeah, really consistent enough, and the arm lock.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't Yang who started roughing things up, you know, and you could see it. It just got a little bit more, bit more punchy here and there. It's a contact sport. It is going to be rough. So.
And that was a normal technique.
And
I mean,
absolutely.
he attacked, and then immediately the transition was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was so quick, I couldn't really see it from the very beginning.
Good score. And he's straight on to the arm as well. Here he is.
Yeah. I think he just did not pay attention to a following technique on the ground. Still got a grip there and uses it.
Yeah. Time to get on with it. Maybe you won't be so rough. Just stick to the judo now.
Yeah.
Because he gave it out and Yang gave it back.
Inside the rules.
Absolutely. This is why I love judo.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it didn't turn into boxing. Just got a little bit hard. Here he goes again. He's missed though. I'd love to have worked the Sangaku.
Yes, and Chukwuemeka, when you look into his face, he's not concentrated and focused. He always have something. He should really focus on what he's doing
what's
on the mat.
in front of him.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
On the judo.
Yeah, he got a little bit distracted. I don't know whether Yang gave him a little foot tap earlier on and just roughed him up a little bit, and then he thought he would give some out, but And if you're going to give it out, you are bound to get it back. I think it's a great little fight.
Yes,
This
there
one.
is a lot of tension and
Yeah,
excitement in it.
Great. It's a good thing Olivier de Ross is in the middle to try and keep it under control. And I think you're just saying that to him. Hey, keep it under control.
Yeah. Last 50 seconds. The lead here for Yang. Consistent with this Ashiwasa.
Puts lots of pressure on there. Half a minute left to go. Looking for the turnover. Chukwuemeka.
Even he is on the ground.
Yeah.
He comes up with something. Yeah, that's a thing, a character thing which really makes Yang special.
Yeah.
He's always continuing. You never have to feel safe until the mate is coming. He always works things out in a really good way.
Well, it's
he goes
Chukwuemeka
backwards.
who's pulling away
Yeah.
and breaking them up. Nothing wrong with that. Even if he picked up a penalty, it wouldn't do anything now. Yang has put himself in the position to take this without any concern. You'll have to wait for the next time, I'm afraid, Chukwuemeka.
Time is over this time.
Yeah, Yang Yung-wei takes it. He came under some pressure.
Yeah.
But he stood up strong. Came up with a nice technique.
Yeah.
And it's Yang Yung-wei of Chinese Taipei who takes the gold medal in the under 60 kilo category. Humi Chukwuemeka of Georgia has to settle for silver. Let's see the handshake. Yeah,
Yes, and this
it's
is
a hard
always
sport.
good. Yeah.
The bow, they have to. That's the protocol. And now we just see whether or not there's enough left in them to say, okay,
Yeah.
you won that one. And to his credit, Chukwuemeka didn't walk off or be bitter. He just said, okay, you're better than I was on this occasion,
Yes.
this time round. Well, the thing is, he's going to know how to compete with him next time. You know, roughing him up it did not lead to success.
Exactly. That should be a good lesson.
Yes.
Should have been. It should have been a good lesson.
He may have learnt one. Plan B next time. Good contest. Hard fought. Nice, low, right-sided Rote Tsunagi. That put the score on the board was Ari, and then he went straight in to the Kansetsu Waza, and it was Chukwuemeka who was strong enough to stand up with Yang Yung-wei at the end of his arm.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to tap, and Yang Yung-wei was not going to let go. So he was applying the Shimiwaza, the Kansetsu Waza, legally. And he decided, I'm not going to tap here. Right, we've got 3 more weight categories still to come. Before that, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category. That's coming up next. There are the four medalists lined up, and actually they're not lined up, they're coming on to the podium now. The medals are being presented by the IJF General Treasurer, Mr. Nasser Al-Tamimi. The first of the bronze medals goes to Milica Nikolic of Serbia. There's a bronze medal also for Mira La Puerta Comas of Spain. Silver medal goes to Bavudoj Basanku of Mongolia. But the gold medal goes to Ganbatar Narantsetseg of Mongolia. Mongolians taking the top 2 spots in the under 48 kilo category, and as Annette Byrne was saying earlier on, not always the easiest to face your teammate. And we don't know how close they are. I mean, how, same club or same region in Mongolia, but they're on the same national team, and the likelihood of them not having trained together is next to none. They will have worked out together, or know each other reasonably well, and I think that showed in the final to some degree. And now the national anthem of Mongolia. There's the winning quartet. Puerta Comas and Nikolic were the bronze medal winners. Bavudoj was a silver medal winner, but it was Ganbatar who took the gold medal.
And this is so nice to see. They are fighting when they have to fight, and afterward they can stand together, shaking hands. Yeah.
Right, coming up next, we've got the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category. Bishrelt Korladoy of Mongolia goes up against Odette Giuffrida of Italy. It'll be Bishrelt in the white judogi, Giuffrida in blue. Not exactly where Odette Giuffrida expected to be when she started out this morning.
Yeah, she wasn't coming from Pool D.
Yeah, Giuffrida was one of the top 8 seeded. The referee in the middle for this one is Everardo Garcia of Mexico.
And we can have a quick look to Odette Giuffrida. So she was in Pool D, and she lost her semi-final against the Uzbek fighter Diora Geldiorova, who was in the final, and then straight went into that bronze medal contest. And her opponent here, we're gonna see the Mongolian Bishrelt Korladoy, Pool A, and she lost her pool final against the number 1 seed Astrid Kneto of France. Then in the repechage contest, she won against Geffen Primo of Israel, and now is here, both here in the fight for bronze.
I like Bishrelt, she's been improving all the time. going to be quite a difficult athlete to get past in the lead up to the next games.
And in the world ranking at the moment, they are really close to Odette Jeffrida, number 9, and Bushwell Kolodoy, number 12. Close to each other in the world ranking list position.
A medal here may change that one place, possibly 2. Well, it depends, you know, how far down you are on 12 and how far up you are on 9.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could be. Kildiorova's win over Odette Jeffrida was quite frustrating. Sorry, it was her loss to Pimenta. No. She beat Pimenta, lost to Kildiorova. It was the loss to Kildiorova that really hurt her.
Yeah.
You know, you could see it. She was frustrated, and everything that she tried seemed to fail. In particular, that little shoulder wheel that she's developed there, that modified Kataguruma, if you like.
Yes, that belongs to her main techniques, and she can be really explosive and get underneath of their opponents. But if not, then it's a problem.
Yeah, when it wasn't working, it really led to visible frustration on her part.
Yeah.
Kildiorova, I think, managed that contest really well in the end. We're halfway through this one. Jeffrida is the athlete who picked up the single Shido at the moment. We've got a little over a minute and a half left to go in regulation time, that is.
Low left-sided Sionage, the attempt here from the Italian. One and a half minutes left. So now Ashido given to Bushwell for passivity. For this attacks, it's the right movement, it's the right direction, but she's not able to get really underneath her opponent to break the balance, to lift her up, to turn her, or start the rotation. It's always a little bit more beside than underneath.
Exactly. For me, that's the feeling that you get, that she's going sideways rather than having Bishrell coming onto her a little bit and getting in a better position.
Yeah. If you go sideways, then you must be, the step must be a little bit bigger to
absolutely.
Get closer
yes.
to.
Yeah. And then you've still got to do the pulling in the direction in which you want to take your opponent. Maybe 45, it could be in a slightly different angle, but at least you've got to get over there. The Ashi was up. She hasn't had that working for her today, has she?
Yeah. And a little bit more serious than to threaten a little bit more and to get the reaction she wants to. It would be good.
Half a minute left on the clock. Both Bishrelt and Jeffrida have picked up a single Shido in the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 52 kilo category.
Where we had today 35 athletes. Also a good number here for that competition, for that Grand Slam. Ooh, missed that Uchimata attack. Bushwell. Okay, so we have no score. Everybody one penalty, and we start now the golden score, which means the next score, and that is what we don't hope, the third penalty. would make the decision about who wins that bronze medal and who come up as a fifth. So still, everything is completely open, and I think with the beginning of that golden score, it's an extra motivation because one last time, go in and throw, and then it's over. She doesn't got that space, Frida, to move and to come up maybe with the kataguruma. She is really fixed from Bischreld with the grip.
Yeah, Bischreld gives every impression that she knows what's coming.
Yeah.
And she's quite up to keeping it out.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is that if you're concentrating all your efforts on keeping your opponent out, you're not really opening up yourself and coming up with any attacks of your own. And at the very least, what can be said about Frida is she seems that little bit more active than Bischreld, and there's the result. A second penalty for Bischreld, who, yes, has kept Frida out, but in order to do that, her own attacks have dried up.
Yep.
And she picked up a second penalty. Minute and a half of golden score has already gone. Bischreld just tidies the gi up in readiness for getting back underway as a little stab at Koji from Frida. It's followed by another one of those missed uchimata with the leg just going way up in the air.
Yep.
Just shows that the support leg hasn't moved at all to get anywhere near the target
close
area.
To or underneath. Yeah.
Because at the very least that you should do is to make contact with the inner thigh. That was a little bit closer from Bischreld, but on the two previous occasions she's just been wafting at air. And now she does get closer. That's as close as she's come, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And you really could see that she really tries to lift her opponent up. So she stayed in, uses the right leg to lift her up, but still, or so far, not possible to really turn her and come up with a score.
And I'm sure you'll agree that it's when the left leg, which is the support leg, gets in between her opponents and turns that she's got the best possible chance. But as long as it stays that far away, then it's not going to happen. Well, she gets a penalty for a false attack.
And it's the third penalty.
Wins out. Third penalty.
Yep.
Frida blowing kisses to her fans. Well, Frida can only do what is put in front of her, and if you've got an opponent like Bischreld who's going to be that little bit, I don't know, just on the back foot, slightly negative, doesn't come up with the big attacks, then you're not going to have the bang 'em up, smash 'em up, fine medal contest that you're looking for. But Frida did enough to put the pressure on Bischreld, slowed her down. Bischreld was not able to keep up with the attacks. Picked up a third penalty, and it was Frida who came away with the bronze medal. Right, we come now to the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 52 kilo category. Larissa Pimenta of Brazil goes up against Astrid Neto of France. It'll be Pimenta in the white judogi, Neto in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Val van Nester of Belgium. Here's Annette.
Yes, and let's have a look at the two fighters. The Brazilian Pimenta and Astrid Neto. Astrid Neto, the number one seed here. in this tournament. She lost her semi-final against the Hungarian Popreka, and let's have a look at the Brazilian Pimenta. She lost her pool final against Odete Frida, we have just seen. So Pimenta then won her repechage contest against the number 2 seed here, Chelsea Giles of Great Britain. And now she's up against the number 1, the number 1 seed here. Astrid Quineto in blue. Yeah, and the Brazilian in white. So the Brazilian, 23 years young, and I think her biggest success, or the highest, I mean, it was in junior level. An important step to get to senior level, the bronze medal at the Junior Worlds 2019, collected already some Grand Slam medals, a silver and 2 bronze.
Yeah, so not really that long out of juniors, to be honest, and you know, mixing it with some reasonably experienced company, in particular with regard to someone like Odete Giuffrida, who's been around for quite a while now.
Yeah, that is right. And Astrid, 2 years older. Also at junior levels, she collected 2 junior world bronze medals quite a few years ago, but already a good Grand Slam medal collections at home. 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 bronze.
Both fighters pick up Judos, but it's a second penalty for Neto.
Neto walking forwards, trying to place her right hand on Pimenta's back or on a collar.
Well, I don't think that the referee's going to have a lot of choice in this if they don't get on with it. They need to come to grips with each other, and then from whatever grip they manage to take, then they've got to try and do something from there, but not to grip up, to continue just to move around, search and move out and come back again and have another look. And you know, at some stage he's going to say, right, I'm afraid there's not enough attacking going on here.
She got a strong grip now, but she must use it also. Yeah, she can't stand the pressure, Pimenta.
Yeah, it certainly looks like a step out. She picks up a penalty for stepping out the area. She'd avoided that in a previous exchange, but once Neto got the arm over the back and brought the head down, then Pimenta felt really uncomfortable. She wandered off to the edge of the competition area, and then Neto just put a little bit of pressure on. And Pimenta gave up a second. She's on the edge again. You know, you've already been warned over there, or if not that particular spot, then on the opposite side, you've already been warned about going off to the edge. Avoid that. You know, close down those unforced errors. That didn't have to happen.
good reaction here from Pimenta. What? And just in that moment where the French fighter wanted to come up with her right arm and for a big attack, Pimenta
put her own right arm in with the koji.
Yeah.
Just unsettled Neto for a moment.
Yeah.
But that was a good way of not only getting in an attack, but stopping your opponent from being in that dominant position.
But there's one thing, when you feel that the right arm from your opponent is so dangerous, and it is, Neto's right arm is, as soon as that arm got a grip, it's difficult. Why does Pimenta not try to get that arm first? It's always the grip first from her side with the other hand. It's interesting, and then she's waiting and hoping not to. And that makes her also looking, more defending that this arm is not coming close to her. But why not to get the arm first? And this is a tactical thing. And then continue. Again, the first grip is there on
the right lapel.
Under lapel, yeah.
From Neto. Thought about the ojigari.
As soon as that right hand is getting the grip, it doesn't look good for the opponent from Neto, from all of the opponents. She is so physically, she's so strong.
We've had a minute of golden score already. Ojigari from Neto, just driving Pimenta off the tatami, the right-sided ojigari. Pimenta was able to hop off that. She actually hopped off the competition area to avoid getting caught. Got to come back with her own attack. They just blocked with that right arm when she thought about going left-sided.
She used that movement from the Brazilian. Couldn't end it up with a score, but just overtaken the initial movement from Pimenta. Neto.
First score will win it, as will the first penalty will lose it.
Yeah, that's a good description.
But it's at this point that you really have to set aside some tactics and be a lot more brave. And this hanging around, waiting for a grip, you run the risk of being the one who gets penalized for being passive.
Yeah, absolutely. And this attack, it was left-sided, but I think you need a better preparation. Either you're quick enough, or you better prepare with some ashiwasa, with an attack to the other direction, and then come up with your main attack. 2.5 minutes now already in golden score.
Across the face, I think. Val van Nester, the referee, deciding he's going to put a stop to that one.
It was the attempt there for a choke. Yeah, but it was across the face.
Yeah, coming up to 3 minutes of golden score now. Neither fighter able to burst through the defenses of the other and come up with a positive score. Beginning to look more and more as though another error is going to be committed.
So they almost always got the grip when they are outside. Yeah, I remember Neto's previous fight, the semi-final against the Hungarian Pop. It was also a golden score, And from the beginning, my feelings were that she is the stronger one because she is physically very strong. But it was Pup in the end, and it was, I think, also a decision made by a penalty, so a little difference. It was a great fight. We will see who has the better ending this time.
There just isn't enough urgency from either of them, to be honest.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
4 minutes into golden score, you'd want one or the other of them, maybe both if you were lucky, to realise that, you know, there's a medal at stake here. If I do anything that is silly, hang back for a little bit too long, you know, put in a weak attack, I'm going to get penalised and I'll lose that medal. I've got to do something to make my opponent be the weak one in the attacks, or force them into making some other kind of error. I'm sure that is the thought process here. Oh, well, not the way that we would have wanted that contest to end up. A third penalty being picked up by Larissa Pimenta of Brazil. That gifts the contest to Astrid Neto of France.
And you can see she really looks tired. It was a long day, hard fights, tough fights. Some of them into golden score. Yeah.
Yeah, that will take it out of you, won't it?
Yeah.
Almost 5 minutes of golden score. And remember, when the clock runs and we say it was 4 minutes and 49 of golden score, that's only the time that the clock went for. The rest of the time, when the clock has stopped, you're still out there for. So they were probably out there for about 15 minutes, if you think about it.
Yeah. And also, if not so many things happen, it is really, you really need to have a good condition.
Yeah.
Otherwise, after 2 minutes, it's done. Physical. You need to be quick, explosive. You need to have the condition over the whole time to start explosive attacks, and then you need to have a good plan against your opponent.
Well, we've seen the 2 bronze medals going, first of all, the way of, one went the way of Giuffrida of Italy, the second went the way of Astrid Neto. We come now to the final of the under 52 kilo category. Pupreka of Hungary goes up against the Yora Keldiyorova of Uzbekistan. It'll be Pup in the white judogi, Keldiyorova in blue. World ranking 5 and 10, so both in the top 10, and the referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania. Here's Annette Byrne.
Yes, and you maybe just saw it, the head-to-head was 1-0 for Pup, but if I'm really impressed and what Keldiyorova showed today. I mean, she won against the number 2 seed here, Olympic bronze medalist. Then in the semi-final, she won against the Olympic silver and bronze medalist, Giuffrida, and now she's in the final, and she shows really brilliant judo. But so far, we're gonna have some highlights.
Yeah, we just got a few clips in the lead up to the into the final of some of the action from earlier on. I was saying La Puerta
was that?
La Puerta Comas had been unlucky on a few occasions, and she was definitely lucky at one of the junior events. I remember going and chatting with her and her coach, and that may very well be him here. It's not always the same coach, and at different levels you'll have different coaches responsible for either the cadets or the juniors or the seniors, and sometimes even club coaches who have brought that particular athlete through and are allowed to travel with the team and are brought on as extra coaches. Different countries have different ways of dealing with it, but I think that was the coach that I spoke to, and they were slightly unlucky in a particular situation, but they dealt with it reasonably well. And since that, she's had some better luck.
Yes.
Some better luck. She took the medal here. Of course, the two that we're watching now, Ganbata and her teammate
in the final in the under 48. Yes.
Yeah, Bavudoj.
Yep.
Lopez, we saw him early on, the Portuguese, and Garrigos. That was a good battle. I think, however, in the final block so far, it was the final of the under 60 kilo category with Yang Jung-wei and Luhumi Chukvimiani. That kind of stole it for me. I think that is almost a reflection of what we see in the sport. You come to judo, and you know that you're going to get a few bumps and scrapes. I think that there are very few sports, especially at that high level. I mean, even tennis is physically demanding. I don't know, I've seen once or twice where a player has been hit by a tennis ball. I wouldn't call it a contact sport, but you know, it can be it can be a bit testy at times, especially if a volley is hit directly back at an opponent and there's a feeling that it may have been done deliberately. You know, that kind of creeps into it. And most definitely with Yang Jung-wei and Lukumi Chukvimiani, I think there was some testy moments, if you want to say.
And it always is dependent from the character. You know, you have very calm characters, and very emotional, and
I thought it was a difficult situation was handled very well by Yang Jung-wei. Here he is. He never looked as though he was losing his cool. He just stepped up the toughness a gear.
Absolutely impressive that was. Yes. Absolutely not impressed, and continued his way with a brilliant judo. He made his opponent feel crazy. From every angle he attacked and found a solution.
Chukvimiani wasn't very happy with that, but it was Chukvimiani's choice to either tap or try and lift him off the tatami to cause a mate or bring a mate about, and he chose the latter. you run that risk. Giuffrida and Bishrel, well, we have seen Giuffrida performing better. She's not.
Yes.
I think in boxing they call it ring rusty.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit ring rusty. So there may be a little bit in that, but still, she managed to take the bronze medal. And then the only other contest that we saw was the Larissa Pimento Astrid Neto contest, which Neto ended up taking.
Yeah.
So we can look forward to Pup Rekker then, who oddly enough has been around for quite some time. I remember seeing Pup as a cadet. She's coached by Brown Akos, former world champion.
I think from Cairo, 2005.
From 2005, yeah. It goes back quite a way. Up against Diora Keldiyorova of Uzbekistan, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens with countries like Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, who are developing their women's programs.
Absolutely, and I'm really happy to see that. And not only to have somebody there, also to have somebody with really great throwing skills. We will see when it comes to that final.
Right, and here is the final, one head-to-head before Pup Rekker coming out on top. Pup Rekker of Hungary in the white judogi goes up against Diora Keldiyorova of Uzbekistan in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Ioana Babiuk of Romania. Sorry for that delay. I think Ioana may know the words to this one, kind of singing along there. Yeah. Well, it was a slightly unusual situation being delayed there. Referees are normally, 100%, on the job. I'm not suggesting for a moment that Ioana Babiuk wasn't. She just got caught unawares there with the cameras on her. Here comes Pup Rekker, and there is the aforementioned Brown Akos coming in all suited up and with his spectacles on, and there is Diora Keldiyorova in the chair for Keldiyorova. Markus Spitka.
Yes, the German.
Yeah, he's gone over to Uzbekistan. Maybe, nice effort there from Keldiyorova. Maybe Ilyas Iliadis has persuaded him. What's her? 23 years old, Keldiyorova. Continental champion, junior world champion.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Yes, at 48 kilos. That was way back, 2015.
Yeah, at the cadets.
Cadets,
yes.
Beg your pardon. A cadet. Yeah. Huge gap in between that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Pup Rekker fighting for a medal at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. She became 5th and lost her bronze medal against Odette Jofrida.
Oh dear.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody. Making their homework, analysis, and work on special tactics and strategies.
First minute out of the way.
And they faced each other before, and it was in this year at the Tel Aviv Grand Slam. And it was Pup Rekker who won. Yeah.
Well,
maybe
Keldiyorova.
It could be the other way around.
Come up with the score.
It was also a bronze medal contest. So similar situation. What a quick and powerful.
Yeah.
Really, the skills incredible. Yeah. So the lead for the Uzbek fighter. It is still plenty of time, but she's not a fighter who says, okay, now I'm only defending. She you can really see she really likes to fight, to attack, and to throw.
She's put away some good opponents. I think that she'll get penalised for avoiding to take a grip here. It was Pup who was coming forward, looking to get to grips, and Keldiyorova who was backing off. And I think we saw one earlier on, a contest where the athlete was led by Wazari with 2 minutes left to go, just over 2 minutes left to go, and without the penalty. Well, Keldiyorova has picked up a single Shido, so if she's going to go down that route of shutting up shop, she's going to have to be very clever with regard to how she goes about it, because can't afford to pick up another penalty and then leave yourself with plenty of time left on the clock. You start getting really nervous there.
Oh, that was a really strong attack
Yes.
here from Pope, the Uchimata on the right side. And yeah, got a good control. They took it back. It was, I would say, it was really close to. Maybe just a little bit missing there for the score. A little
Yes,
bit more.
I agree with you.
So still the lead here for Keldiorova. Oh, this time it was
Yes.
clear. She repeated it and closed that gap. The last minute now. Everything open again.
Pope is happy to work on the ground. Well, you'd gone over once before. You have to feel that where that pressure is. Start thinking, okay, that's a strong side for Pupreka. Let me try and close that down.
A little bit slowly. I don't know if psychological it is now a little bit harder because you know, okay, I had the lead and my opponent closed that gap. Oh, the outside attack for a moment, it looked really good. Yes, and again. That was, wow, brilliant throwing skills here from Pupreka. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Well, she had to dig deep, come back from a Wazari down. She had 2 minutes in which to pull it back. She did it with 19 seconds to spare, and in the end,
Yeah.
I mean, the second technique, she actually threw her 3 times in that 2 minutes. Once it was on not quite on the side, and that was taken back. Second time, it leveled the scores, and then the third time, well, it leveled her. So that's a super effort from Pupreka.
Yes, and also a really good result for Diora Keldiorova. She wins the silver medal. She wins silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to forget. I mean, of course, you are disappointed losing your last fight, but we were going to see her then on the podium again. And good points, important points, and another step for her.
I don't think she's ever been in a final before, has she? Oh, she has been in a Grand Slam final.
So she has been in, and it was this year, fresh, the Antalya Grand Slam. Okay, there's
Well,
just now
that's
here,
it
but
then.
the Antalya Grand Slam from last
year.
Yes. So
Which she won.
yeah, which she won against the Lopez Sheriff from Spain.
So she was the defending champion.
Exactly, but still in the final. I mean,
and back here in the final. So
Yeah.
that's a terrific result, really.
yeah,
And it just goes to show that what we were talking about with the programs that they've got in Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, in pushing and promoting their women's programs. I don't think you bring Marko Špitka to Uzbekistan for a holiday. He's there to do a job,
Yes.
and he's coaching the women's team.
Yeah.
Likewise, I don't think you send Mark van der Ham and Richard Trautmann to Azerbaijan for a holiday. They are there to do a job, and it's a signal that they are serious about developing their women's programs. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 60 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the ambassador of Chinese Taipei in Turkey, His Excellency Mr. Volkan Tinyang Huang. That's nice. Get a wave from His Excellency Huang. The first of the bronze medals goes to Dilshodbek Baratov of Uzbekistan. There's a bronze medal also for Francisco Garrigos of Spain. Silver medal goes to Lukhumi Chukvimiani of Georgia. And the gold medal goes to Yang Yongwei from Chinese Taipei. And who better to be dishing out the medals than the ambassador for Chinese Taipei.
Yeah.
Proud moment for Yang. Up to now, for me, he's been the player of the day. Really enjoyed watching him. Gutsy, calm, nothing flashy, you know, did exactly what he was supposed to.
Technical, brilliant.
Yes, really enjoyed watching him. And not least of all, because, you know, we've spoken about it before, but as I said, it's a contact sport. It is going to get a little bit rough, and Chukvimiani, for me, was looking to dish it out a little bit, you know, test the resolve of Yang, and he found out. And now the national anthem of Chinese Taipei. Well, Yang Yongwei follows up his impressive silver medal in Tokyo. He now comes here in 2022 and kicks things off fairly early in the year, in March, with a gold medal at the Grand Slam here in Antalya. Baratov and Garrigos were the bronze medal winners. Chukvimiani took the silver, and there is a smiling and beaming Yang, not so happy with Chukvimiani on one side. Let's have a look and see how they finish up.
Yes, he's really disappointed.
Yeah, you're going to come and shake? Yeah? Coming in?
Yeah.
You okay, pal? Yeah, he's not having any
What
of
a
it,
big
is he?
sports-
He's not having
what a
any
big
of it.
sportsman
But Yang
Yang
is, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Right, okay, moving swiftly on to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 66 kilo category. Tal Flicker of Israel goes up against Orkan Safarov of Azerbaijan. It'll be Flicker in the white, Judogi Safarov in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivier de Ros of France. Unfortunately for us, Safarov picked up an injury earlier on and won't be able to compete, so Tal Flicker comes to the mat, does the bow, comes back and takes the result, and off he goes. Tal Flicker taking the bronze medal. Sorry we couldn't bring you that one, but
It happens from time to time.
Yeah. So we had to skip that one. That does mean, however, that we can move swiftly to the second of the bronze medal contests. Yondan Perenli Bashku of Mongolia goes up against Sardor Nurilayev of Uzbekistan. It'll be Yondan Perenli in the white, Judogi Nurilayev in blue. Number 3 in the world goes up against number 11. They've gone head-to-head once, as you can see from there. Yondan Perenli was the winner, and the referee in the middle for this one is Raul Camacho of Spain. Here's Annette with the background and the tale of how they got here.
Yes, and it is the Mongolian who was seated today as number 2. And he lost his pool final against William Lima, against the Brazilian. And Nuriaev, the Uzbek fighter, he made it until the semi-final and there lost against the number 1 seed, Denis Yarou, we're going to see in the final. So the two of them now on the bronze medal contest. Yonton Perenli then the front rapid charge contest against Buncic, the one he won, and now he's here against Zador Nurilayev of Uzbekistan. The Mongolian, number 3 in the world, bronze at the World Championships last year, won the Paris Grand Slam this year. His opponent a gold medal at the Tbilisi Grand Slam last year. And the Mongolian collected a penalty early.
Yonton Perenli picked up a single Shido. Yeah, we still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Just battling for grips. I like that look over there for the possible Osodagari over on the right there. And he shaped with the hip and the leg and then decided, no, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
But he has shown it. Nurilayev may have felt it. Some fighters, you know, they transmit it. When they hold you and you think, oh, I've got to look out for this. And then others, they just come on, shocking. Nice roll into the arm lock there. And Yonton Perenli gets caught.
Wow. Yeah.
That's terrific work from Nurilayev. And I think I'm right in saying that they're not necessarily known for their neowaza skills.
Yeah, that is right. So
all
also
of a sudden,
a surprise.
yeah. Excellent work from Zador Nurilayev to catch Yonton Perenli Bashku of Mongolia with that neatly executed Kansetsu Waza, and he takes the second of the bronze medals. We had Tal Flicker, of course we didn't have a contest with. Flicker Safarov wasn't able to compete, but at least we got some action from Yonton Perenli and Nurilayev, with Nurilayev coming away as the winner. The highlights, well, I think we're going to be limited to the Kansetsu Waza.
Yeah.
But it was a good one. Good one.
That's a good pick. No chance here to escape. Good roll, and whilst he was rolling already, the Mongolian felt the pressure there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the angle that Iliadis can see.
Yeah.
He was the coach there. No, it isn't actually. It's from out. It's from this side on. He's on the far side with the referee, so that would have been blocked.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And he gives the finger point. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's for you, coach.
Job done.
Another medal for the Uzbek team. Yeah, Yonton Perenli felt that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
Real
No doubt.
grimace of pain from him. We've seen a few in pain today. Gultaj Mamadalieva of Azerbaijan earlier against Chelsea Giles, getting her arm locked. She's okay. I went to chat with her. She just had a little strain in the tendons, the doctor said. Right, here we go with the final of the under 66 kilo category. Denis Fierro of Moldova goes up against William Lima of Brazil. It'll be Fierro in the white judogi, Lima in blue. Referee in the middle for this one is John Ramekes of the Netherlands, and here with her expert analysis and summary is Annette Böhm.
Yes, and one of the finalists, it is William Lima from Brazil. He was so not cheeky, but he threw out the number 2, he threw out the number 3, Yonder Perenli and Safarov, and now he is here. There he is, William Lima. Now he really deserves it to be in the final. His opponent, Denis Fierro. So he went through that draw with beautiful techniques, beautiful judo. At the Portugal Grand Prix this year, he won gold. Last year's Abu Dhabi Grand Slam was also the gold medal, and 2019 at the Worlds he won the bronze medal, and he's always around, and there's a reason that he is really at the top in his category. He's the world ranking leader, Denis Fierro.
One of the most exciting throwers as well.
Yep.
Absolutely love to watch when he gets it right. Just so perfect.
Today we're gonna have 41 athletes in this category, so the list was full of names, and all of the fighters who went until the quarterfinals and semifinals. Long fights, a long day for them.
Well, Lima doesn't look as though he's going to just roll over, does he?
Control was a little bit missing, and the distance a little bit too much.
Maybe it's that little bit of action from Lima that will wake Fierro up.
Yeah. Tries to get underneath. A good turnover there on the ground from Fierro. Both really explosive fighters.
Fierro, I don't know if you can look at his record. How many finals has he been in recently? Always seems to be there or thereabouts. Won the Grand Prix in Lisbon back in January, won the Grand Slam in Abu Dhabi in November. And then, so if you went from September of last year, he won Zagreb, he won Abu Dhabi, he won, every so often he's on that podium, not there or thereabouts on the number 1 spot. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No wonder he's number 1 in the world. He almost got caught there. Lima, nice right-sided low Marote Sernagi.
At the Olympics, he didn't have that luck. He won in the first contest against Nurilayev, but then in the second contest,
Daniel Kargman,
the Brazilian, he lost. No medal. For sure, a big disappointment.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. You get the hard work done, get to the games, and then just doesn't go your way. Well, he hasn't got that long before there's another qualification cycle kicking off in a couple of months' time, I think, isn't it? we get underway with the qualification cycle. I'll give you the exact month, actually, because I've got it here. Start of the qualification period will be in June. First qualification competition will be the 24th and 25th of June. It'll be the Grand Slam in Ulaanbaatar. We go back to Mongolia. We haven't been there for a while. That had been on the schedule for quite some time, Mongolia. We're looking forward to going back to Ulaanbaatar. Minute left to go. Both fighters have picked up a Shido each.
The attempt here on the right side and then straight into the other following technique from Lima.
Lima's all over him at the moment.
Yeah.
Really going to have to put himself together. He hasn't threatened Lima at all. Lima it is who almost came up with the score there. That's the end of that action. That's just a roll at the end. So the referee in the middle didn't even look at it. One time, at speed, move on. That's why they're in the middle. John Ramaker's good call. That. Well, a good no call, because he didn't say anything, did he? He wasn't tempted into thinking that was one movement. Last few seconds of regulation time. This looks very much as though we're going to need a period of golden score to sort it out. Kojigari right at the end, but it is going to be in golden score that this one gets decided. A bit too far away there, Lima. No need for that. 6 seconds into golden score, too desperate. Big lunge, way away from your opponent. Didn't need to do that.
Oh, he attacked this long legs from Vieru. Lima tried to get behind him. It looked dangerous.
Vieru would have liked a little bit longer on the ground. I think that's what that look on his face.
He looked a little bit surprised.
So, yes. He stared at the referee as if to say, are you sure? Ramakers didn't think it was going anywhere. Called Mate. It's probably right, actually. We need to burn a little bit of time off the clock just to gather himself and get back into it, because Lima, to be honest, has been doing most, apart from these 2 penalties that he's picked up here. He's looked really good. And that last one, that little drop there, was so unnecessary. He could have avoided that.
Tries to turn him and counter him.
I see his concern now.
Yes.
Vieru going in on that right side. If he's not low and strong, then he feels as though Lima is likely to counter him. The Moldovan coach asked to just tone it down a little bit, just coach during the mate. Vieru hasn't been at his explosive best. Oh dear.
That's the decision.
How unfortunate for him.
The third penalty.
I don't think we're going to have a replay of the step out, which is what William Lima has asked for. When an athlete steps out, it seems almost impossible for me to think that an athlete will step out without some pressure
Yeah.
from his opponent.
Yeah.
Right, how much pressure you put? How much pressure you put? Well, clearly it cannot be a push-out, because a push-out would be a penalty to Vieru.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me that a little bit of pressure on the edge is going to make you step out.
At least it almost always started from, more or less the center, and you've got time to...
And how did you get there?
To
and
go both directions.
Left or right?
Exactly.
Why go back?
Yeah. That would be too easy.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that it ended that way.
Yeah.
However, that's the way that one went, and Denis Vieru ends up on the #1 spot. Right, coming up next, the awarding ceremony for women in the under 52 kilo category. The athletes are up now, ready on the podium. And the medals are being presented by the Youth and Sports Ministry Sports Services Head, Mr. Fatih Uysal, and the previous president of the Turkish Judo Federation. Nice to see Mr. Uysal again. The first of the bronze medals goes to Astrid Neto of France. There's a bronze medal also for Odette Giuffrida of Italy. Silver medal goes to Diora Keldiyorova of Uzbekistan. But the gold medal goes to Pupreka of Hungary.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Hungary.
And now the national anthem of Hungary. A second Grand Slam gold medal for Pupreka of Hungary. She won her first last year at the Baku Grand Slam. And now smiles all round as she wins a second goal, this time here in Antalya. you go. Everyone's happy on that podium. Well, Annette, that brings us neatly to the last of our weight categories for today. It's the under 57 kilo category, and the first of the bronze medal contests features Timna Nelson-Levy of Israel. She goes up against Krista Deguchi of Canada. It'll be Nelson-Levy in the white judogi, Deguchi in blue. 8 goes up against 15. They've gone head-to-head twice. And on both occasions, it was Deguchi who came out on top. The referee in the middle for this one is Roberta Chiolia of Italy.
Yes, and Krista Deguchi was the defender last year. She won here in the final against her teammate Jessica Klimkate. She is in the final again, but this time it is Krista Deguchi fighting here for a bronze medal. Lost her semi-final against Zara Leonie Susik, the French fighter, seated here as number 3. And then let's have a look to her opponent, Timna Nelson-Levy, the Israeli fighter. Lost her pool final against Jessica Lima of Brazil, and then won her rapid charge contest, and now is here against Krista Deguchi.
So what you're saying in short is that it's possible that Canada can retain the title. It just wouldn't be
yes, exactly.
Just wouldn't be Deguchi that would be winning it. It would be Klimke. Well, we shall see when the final comes. Sarah Leonie Susik, no doubt, has got something to say about that. Strong grip from Nelson-Levy up, and that left collar, got the right hand just squeezing into the neck and just bringing Deguchi down.
Yep.
Deguchi may end up picking up a penalty here. Yeah, okay, got away with that. Bit of rough and tumble.
Yeah.
Down
so
she goes.
Maybe this is powerness against technical brilliancy, if that word exists. No, I think Nelson-Levy also knows that she has to keep Deguchi under control, really close to her, because she is so strong and throwing, so quick.
Yeah,
Always dangerous from every position.
She's thrown for Ippon a couple of times today. We haven't seen her involved in any near-waza. Well, she's been busy throwing them, that's why.
Yeah.
Again, the head is down, and that's not where she wants to be. Got to get out of there.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah. You need to find a way of dealing with that. Nelson-Levy has out-gripped her up to this point. She's had the better of the gripping exchanges and looked, well, if we don't say the more likely to throw, we can definitely say she's looked the stronger of the two. Deguchi looking to free her hands up. She's thrown with Osodagari a couple of times today. Really well.
Very low, almost on the ground. This right-sided Ouchigari.
Yeah, that looked more like I better try something. So at least I've got an attack in, as opposed to I really think I can throw with this technique from this position.
Yeah.
So not the strongest of attacks, but at least she managed to get one in that broke up this pattern of Timna being strong and dominant in the grips and then overpowering her. They both get penalised here for avoiding to take a grip.
To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised, expecting to seeing Deguchi a little bit stronger, or yeah, in that fight. So that means, on the other hand, that Nelson Levy is doing a really good job.
Well, she's picked up a second penalty, Deguchi.
Yes.
Again for avoiding to take a grip, which really does put her under some pressure now. Oh, I missed the chance on the ground. You're not going to get given many.
This is dangerous with that grip to attack at the outside. You're being countered easily. Yep.
Didn't look good, did it? Just going to the ground there. Didn't like the strong grip. Team Nelson Levy has outgripped Deguchi, managed to get... And now it's Nelson Levy who picks up a penalty. All right.
So no more penalty allowed for both of them.
Again, she's got no answer to a grip around the head and just looks like a rag doll. Well, at least you had to come up with something.
And on the other hand, I think also Nelson Levy has to come up with something.
Absolutely.
It's not only pulling down.
Yeah.
You must show a little bit more, a throw, an attack.
Well, right now, I think the first thing was to avoid getting thrown. She's done that. Team Nelson Levy has done that up to this point. Close down any attacks that Deguchi can come up with. She's done that too. And then maybe see if you can come up with one of your own.
Yeah, and let's have a look. That's a good thing now from Krista Deguchi. She just fixes that arm, which causes problems. Okay, just couldn't use it in this situation because Nelson Levy was the cleverer one to attack. But I think this to get control about the arm. That's important for the Canadian.
One thing that she hasn't been able to do in that 4 minutes, nearly 5 minutes, is find any opportunity to work in newaza, which is a real, you know, is one of her biggest skills. Hasn't had an opportunity. Can't keep that right arm off. And only once has she been able to come up with an attack when the right arm has gone on.
Ooh, lost her grip. Almost on the ground. Something on her finger. Maybe the nail. She got some medical treatment and will be back soon.
Yeah, it's difficult for us to see from here what it is that she's going to have looked after. Something to do with the nail, as Annette said. Gives us a chance to... Statistics, there you go. But yeah, it also gives us a chance, Annette, to see if we can think of a way that Deguchi can get back into this, because I just had the feeling that she's been dominated when it comes to the grip. She's been uncomfortable with the arm over the top, that controlling the head, pulling that down, and then making it near impossible for her to come up with any attacks. Mercifully for her, Tim Nelson Levy has been concentrating on just dominating that, and as you said, not really offering up anything herself. But
I think before you realize that she is not offering anything, you see the defensive posture from Krista Deguchi, and
exactly. That's what you look at. Yeah. That's what catches your eye.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Krista Deguchi tries from that defending-looking position. She tries still to attack, and the attacks are not bad when she attacks at the outside. But still, it looks completely different. Somebody who has everything under control, a strong grip, and somebody who is, can't really stand the pressure. And doesn't find really a solution. That one solution was to keep that arm, because she needs that arm anyway for attacking. But can she stay strong enough to continue with that?
Straight into the attack there, Deguchi, and then Nelson Levy looking to come up with one of her own. Both fighters have got 2 penalties. Neither can afford an error now.
And this is really a dangerous situation. If you break up the grip,
yes, from
then
there.
that's it. And both do not really feel happy that the other one got the grip there on the sleeve. Oh, that does not look good.
Yeah, I mean, they say that Deguchi ducked underneath in order to avoid getting wrapped up in that unattractive exchange. Well, there you go. And it's Timna Nelson Levy who takes that bronze medal. We said from the outset, as we saw that developing, finding it difficult to deal with that, you've got to find another way, and not just dropping to your knees or staying down there. Once she came up with an attack, she just came up with an attack once, and definitely not ducking underneath.
Yeah. I think she tried everything to get out of that situation, Sheldon, and that just happened. She tried everything to get upright again.
And her opponent was going to make sure that she did everything to keep her down and look negative.
Yeah.
3 Judos picked up by Deguchi, and those are errors that you absolutely have to cut out and give yourself, you know, a better chance and avoid getting in that kind of situation. The Shido for ducking underneath was not the one that ended it for her. It was the fact that she'd picked up 2 before.
You are absolutely right. But I think, on the other hand, this ducking underneath was not the clearest ducking underneath, because
not
I think
at all. It could be the hand was pushing over
was
there.
already there, a little bit almost across, you know, and she just wanted to come up and on the wrong side
and fight again. Sorry, I've got no doubt that she wanted to get involved in a contest that didn't end that way. But when you pick up 3, I don't think you've got much of a complaint.
Absolutely.
We come to the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Thelma Monteiro of Portugal goes up against Jessica Lima of Brazil. It'll be Monteiro in the white judogi. Lima in blue 4 goes against 94.
Wow.
The referee in the middle for this one is Fariseya of Senegal.
Yes, and Thelma Monteiro, seated here as number 2, lost her pool final against Krista Deguchi, we have just seen. In the rubber charge contest, she won against Lien from Chinese Taipei, and now she's here for the bronze medal contest. Her opponent, Jessica Lima, won her pool final against Nelson Levy, but then lost to Jessica Klimkate in the semi-final. Both here now with the chance for the bronze.
Sometimes I see Monteiro coming out of an exchange with a fighter, and you know, there's a bit of a bump or a bruise or something. She catches up, you know, she's holding her chin, or she's holding her mouth, her eye or an ear gets bumped, and I wonder, is it going through her mind? You know, do I really need this? Still, she has
Yeah.
Taken her place as one of the seniors on the competition, hasn't she?
Yeah.
On the competition circuit. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's also her way of fighting, always trying to get underneath, trying to get close for her techniques. Sarah Manasses, the Olympic champion from 2016 in the under 48, right?
12.
Oh, 2012, London.
12 even,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, coach.
Now the coach.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also that style causes sometimes the things she had then on her head.
Yeah, she looks sometimes annoyed at certain situations. If someone roughs her up
Yep.
or something, you know, it's as though they are an annoyance to her. Like, it's almost as though they get on her nerves, you know. She's not
Yeah.
angry with them, it's
Yeah.
just...
Yeah.
I suppose she expects a certain degree of respect at this stage of her career. You know, who are you to rough me up? She forgets that in years gone by, she was the one who was doing the roughing up on her way up.
Yeah.
She roughed a few people up, didn't she?
And the attempt here from the Brazilian, a little bit too far away. Distance. When she attacked Montero, there, low.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
Didn't like that, you know, a little bit hard on my foot.
Yeah.
And Menez is saying, keep going. You haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, keep doing it. More of the same. A minor apology
Yeah.
from Lima there. Just a wave of the hand towards Thelma Montero. The more movement that Lima puts in, the better. Almost turned.
Yeah, she tried to counter her in the last seconds.
The past 7 here in Antalya. A long day for the fighters, some of them kicking off at 9 o'clock this morning. It's a 10-hour day then.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a long time.
Absolutely.
Uchigari again. Attempted Sutemiwaza from Montero.
Yeah, just took her onto the ground, but couldn't turn her or bring her on her back.
A slight delay now as Lima has to have some attention. This is the second of the bronze medal contest. We've got the final to come up next. But there's no score as yet between Montero and Lima. Does this favour Montero a little bit more, do you think? The break for her, is that more needed than Jessica Lima?
Yeah, to get emotions under control and to focus. And as you said, it was a long day. She belongs to the experienced fighters, and also I think this little break to take a deep breath and start from new. Yep.
Well, we've got a little over a minute left to go. Left-sided low effort there from Lima. Montero is able just to move to her left and avoid getting caught up in that. There's some tape either on the chin, I think it must be the chin of Lima. That's not going to stay there that long, is it?
That's right.
Was up
That was a good one.
from Montero. Very difficult to apply the tape once the athletes have been perspiring. Tends not to stay on that long, and then there's contact and
Yeah.
it just gets pulled off.
We will see, yeah.
40 odd seconds left to go. Lima looking as though she's been in the wars a little bit.
She tries to get close to Montero. Oh! Did she get a control? I mean, at the same moment, Montero wanted to attack, but did she get control enough and came up with the Ashiwasa?
Yep, I'd go for that. That's it. Yep. Kosotogari, left-sided.
The left leg.
It goes.
Yeah.
When seen at speed for the first time, it's possible.
Good reaction, no?
Yeah, that you could, because the right leg looked as though it was going up for some kind of Satemi waza, but it comes after. It comes after the action from, there is the first action. Lima's already tapped the leg.
Yeah.
For me, I'd like to see them go with a score for Lima here. Yeah.
No chance to argue. There are these moments where you want to attack in the same moment your partner attacks, but then the attack from your partner.
No doubt that the Satemi
it counts, yes.
was in the mind of Montero on the way down.
And she even didn't lift her opponent up. She landed on her back. She had control. Oh, she's so happy.
But
crying.
For me, the contact and the intent from Lima was already there.
Yeah.
On the way down, but after the contact, sorry, not on the way down, but after the contact from Jessica Lima, Montero wants to attack with some kind of Satemi waza, but it's after the event.
It failed. And yes, it doesn't matter if it failed. You're right. It's right after. Yeah. And maybe she made that preparation step now here, but no, I think.
I mean, so we can talk about whether it was a score or not.
Yeah.
And then maybe you want to talk about whether it was Ippon or not. Have a quick look at this then. Yes.
Yep.
So we've got 2 yeses there for Jessica Lima. Shown over and over on the screen. One more time. Yeah, that's good enough for me. The foot working with the hands to come up with the score. Bronze medal for Jessica Lima of Brazil. She can get rid of the tape now. We come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Jessica Klimke of Canada goes up against Sarah Leonie Sissig of France. It'll be Klimke in the white judogi, Sissig in blue. 1 goes against 5. And did you get to see the head-to-heads there?
I did, and it is 4-2. Yeah, so they faced each other 6 times now, and 4 times it was Jessica Klimke won 2 times, Sarah Leonie Susik.
Roberta Cuelia is the referee in the middle for this one.
Yeah, we mentioned it already. It is, there we're gonna have Sarah Leonie Susik, the number 3 seed here. Olympic. Yeah,
Silver medalist,
silver
yeah.
medalist, and Jessica Klimkate, Olympic bronze medalist,
yeah.
the number 1 seeded here, and yeah, she repeated what she did last year in Antalya to get into the final, and she can only end up here better. I mean, yeah, she can only improve, or not getting worse, because.
She can't do
silver
any
last
worse.
year.
Yeah, she can't do any worse than she did last year because she got silver.
It's already silver, and chances now to improve that one and come up as the winner here. But we will see. I'm gonna expect a tough fight. Wow. Wow, powerful. I'm really impressed. She always really gets good underneath.
Yeah.
She got a really good precision, strong position when she gets underneath.
May want to have a look at the landing.
Yeah, and comes out then so explosive. Yeah, her arms really beautiful.
Oh, I think that could be it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that could be it.
It could be it, yeah.
And that was in slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Here comes the death knell. Cancel that one. Ippon. Yep. Yeah. You definitely, for me,
incredible.
that was done. 20 odd seconds as well. Well, just though, yeah.
Wow. She is
Jessica
really strong.
Klimke.
Yeah, yeah.
Whack. Now, the important thing about the 4-2 that we didn't mention was 4-2. It was 4-2 to Jessica Klimke. But the last 2 occasions that they had met, Susik had won. So it was an uphill battle for Klimke because she'd lost on the last 2 occasions. Once at the Olympic Games in Tokyo, the revanche, as you like to call it,
yes.
revanche. And in the Masters in Doha in 21, so lost twice last year.
Yeah.
This year, new Jessica. New Jessica.
Yeah.
She's taking it here. So 5-2 now. 5-2. This is beautifully executed. You know your strengths. And a lot of people bellyache. Imagine what the talk will be is, oh, she's only got one technique. How many do you need when you can throw like that?
If you win. So we know that's not true.
No, it's not. And she has excellent awareness, and she's got a really good brain when it comes to timing.
Yeah.
Knowing when to attack and how to attack in different situations. Very clever fighter. We come now to the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 66 kilo category. The medals are being presented by International Judo Federation Head Sport Director, Mr. Vladimir Barta. The first of the bronze medals goes to Sador Nurilayev of Uzbekistan. There's a bronze medal also for Tal Flicker of Israel. Silver medal goes to William Lima of Brazil. But the gold medal goes to Denis Vieru from Moldova. Not quite the player of the day today. Normally is when he's on the top of the rostrum. But today, well, it was April Fool, wasn't it? Taking the hand away during the handshake. We haven't had that for a while, handshakes at the medal ceremony. Pandemic still playing a role. Let's hope that we've seen the worst of it. Get back to some degree of normality. And now the national anthem of Moldova.
Thank you very much. Then the picture will get recent Judo. Ödül kazanan sporcularımızı birlikte alkışlayalım. Bize applause for all the medal winner athletes.
There are the 4 medalists who can remove their masks now. We get a family photograph without the masks. Tal Flicker tucks his mask into the inside of his judogi that he normally uses to keep his phone. I hope not. Well, we've got one more awarding ceremony to bring you. Before that, I think the team have put together a bit of a highlights package. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
So before we start the last awarding ceremony today, you can see the highlights of today's final block on the screen. Değerli katılımcılar, günün son madalya törenine geçmeden önce final müsabakalarından verilen görüntüleri büyük ekranda izleyebilirsiniz. Birazdan günün son madalya töreni gerçekleştireceğiz. Bir kez daha yarın Antalya Grand Slam 2022'nin ikinci bölümünün saat 9'da başlayacağını hatırlatmak isteriz. So once again about today's categories. Women under 48, under 52 and under 57 kilograms. And men under 60 and under 66 kilogram categories. So now we're waiting for the last medal ceremony for the women's under 57 kilogram category.
Coming up next, the awarding ceremony for women in the under 57 kilo category.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the medal ceremony for the women's under 57 kilogram category.
The medals are going to be presented by International Judo Federation Events Director, Dr. Lisa Rowland. The first of the bronze medals goes to Jessica Lima of Brazil. There's a bronze medal also for Timna Nelson Levy of Israel. The silver medal goes to Sarah Leonie Sissig of France. The gold medal goes to Jessica Klimke of Canada. Number 1 here and world number 1.
Yes, and really at
And
the
world
moment
champion.
she deserves it.
At the moment, she's
Yeah.
number 1.
No doubt, and that's a fact. Yeah, really. Absolutely enjoyed watching her. Look, the perfect timing, also the way she went in, she is going into a throw. She gets very deep underneath and a good contact with both of the hands. This classical style and a good control. That also means that your shoulders must be in a good.
Have you seen her shoulders? For 57.
You see, yeah.
She's strong. Right. And now the national anthem of Canada.
Thank you very much. Very pleasure, ladies and gentlemen.
Time for the final family picture on this, the opening day of competition at this year's Antalya Grand Slam. There are the 4 medalists. It was Lima and Nelson Levy who collected bronze medals. Sazig had to settle for silver this time round. And Klimke stepped 1 up
Yes.
from last
she
year
did.
and took the gold medal.
Yeah.
We can take a look at the standings in the medal table on this first day. Top of the tree, Mongolia with a gold and a silver. The gold medals also for Canada, Chinese Taipei, Hungary, and the Republic of Moldova. We can go a little bit lower down if you like and look at the silver medals. Uzbekistan, France, Brazil, and Georgia. There'll be more medals on offer over the next 2 days because we've got competition here on Saturday and Sunday. We look forward to your company then, but from Annette Berm and all of the broadcast team here in Antalya, it's goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.